Check it out, guys. What's today's topic, man? Let's keep it 100. A lot of people are asking me, man, how do you create that warrior mindset, man? How are you always consistent on, posting every day, working out every day? You don't miss, and I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not 100% every day. Like most of you guys, always, choose the path of less resistance. Same thing. I get those thoughts in my head, but the difference is that I don't give in to them. I get those too. I don't wake up 100% every day. But I know already that, what must be done. I have these non-negotiable, habits that I instilled in here where I'm not going to give myself a way out, man, because I've been there before. We all struggle. We all have our different types of struggles in life. And we got to push through. That's what we meant to do in this life. Overcome it. Those are challenges that we get. I've been on the other side already. When I give in and I don't do what I have to do. I resort to what's comfortable, vices, smoking, drinking. I've done all that, and I always regret it. It always set me back. So I've been there before. I know better. Once the shroud's been lifted, most of you guys know already, how you felt before. But why is it that you guys still choose to go back to the old you? You don't have a greater power. There's a lot of reasons why. You get overwhelmed. You start getting bored. I get all those thoughts too. But it's a struggle. It's a fight every day. Every day, that's going to be your test. That's going to be the goal, is to work on that. Being the best you for that day. Checking all the boxes that you must check that day. You have to set yourself up, and you have to have high standards, man, or else you're just going to fall back into your old self. And that's what people don't get. We all get them. Everybody gets them, but we make it non-negotiable. We have to stay locked in. We have to have these fail-safes up here that's going to remind us of why we're doing this. So that's why as I speak it, as I share every day my morning process, waking up, showing my meals, doing my burpees, shooting a message out there. I'm committed. I know that when I took this path, that it was not going to be rainbows every day, that it was not going to be optimal, to feeling good or thinking that I was going to be always like pumped up and motivated. There's always, there's always gonna come knocking. Life's gonna come knocking, Life's gonna come knocking, and you better be ready. And I'm going through it right now. There's things happening that, hey man, I've been there before. But now with this program, what helped me, I was well groomed and laced, with what I've been doing every day, day in, day out. That if you don't stop, there's going to be better days coming. And if you do stop, you're going to regret it, because the days are going to come where like, hey, everything's going to mellow out. Everything's going to go smooth, and you're already regressed. You're already you already fucking went backwards. And that's where people, they rate themselves in the coals. They feel bad about themselves. They felt that, oh man, I lost all this time. So now it's like, screw it. They have the screw it mentality, the fuck it mentality of like, why should I even start, man? And, I already failed. The only time that you fail if you choose to stay there. So you got to get your ass back up and pick up where you left off. It's what I tell a lot of people, that they fell off. They fell victim to their vices, to their old habits. Life came knocking, and we just been programmed to act a certain way. We've been groomed to act a certain way. When some comes knocking, a tragedy, I lost a loved one, a sickness, in the family, or something happened, we get emotional. We're in such pain that, we always go back to our old habits because that's what we know more. So it's comfortable. But most of you guys know better that this is how we fight. the way that I fight is like me not giving into my old behaviors, my old vices. So I'll go, still continue with my workouts, still continue with eating clean, and sometimes that's what the first thing that people throw out the window. That's the first thing that goes when life's not going your way. It's everything that you had, all that, good progress that you were accumulating, hitting your workouts every day, months in, months out, 3 months straight, no miss, no fail, meals on point. But then on the fourth month, some little hiccup or some came down, your path, and it knocked you out. It knocked you off, and now you're off for a month. Now you stop on what your goals were, and what you had the vision of, like what you wanted to where you wanted to be, because you gave in, you cracked. So I'm here to tell you that, this is how we fight. This is what we got to do to push. And a lot of you guys are choosing to go backwards. A lot of you guys are choosing, it's so hard, I'm in pain, it's like this happened, that happened. That's life, man. You're not the only one going through it. You're not the only one that's, have people that are sick, that's out of your control, people that are, that are struggling, that they're so close to you that it affects you. You're not the only one. A lot of people are going through the same thing, but it's not going to help it by you destroying your life. It's not going to help it by you stopping on what you're doing. That's how you should be fighting. That's the tools that we use to fight back. This is what I tell all my clients to, use it. Use that energy that you have, that of anxiety, of like negative emotions. That's bad energy, but it's energy. So you gotta put it somewhere. You gotta release that energy somewhere. And it's not, the worst thing you could do is dig yourself in a deeper hole, which you start drinking again, which most people, they're in such pain and weakness, that's what they choose. Instead of like just going harder in the gym till you can't no more. Go outside, go for a fucking run till you can't no more. Heart fucking racing and pumping so hard that, you just break yourself off. The pain's still gonna be there, but you're gonna feel a lot more relief. Your mind's gonna clear up. Instead of going to the other path of destruction, self-inflicted pain that you're gonna regret later, because that's what's gonna happen. We all regret it. We've been there already. So when people tell me, hey man, how come, you're always like, like I see you like not missing, always like, not always showing up, and you're doing your Q&As, you're doing your morning routine, your process, like, man, like life doesn't come test you. I'm like, I get tested just like you guys, but I'm not gonna crack. I'm not gonna bend. I'm not gonna fold. I just gotta go and push harder. I double down on what I gotta do. I do more content. I give more messages, because I'm in pain. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling, low. I'm not, I'm like what people call it. They're like not, they're blah. They're not feeling it today. They can't get out of that negative mindset, so they drive themselves crazy, and they do nothing but stare at the wall, or lay in bed and try to force themselves into a positive way of thinking, and that's not the way to do it. You can't think yourself into positive thinking when you're in a negative state of mind. It's not gonna happen. You're going nuts. There's no way. You gotta get out of bed and go do what you don't want to do, and that's working on yourself. Funny this is that, what you gotta do is actually what's gonna help you. What you don't want to do is actually the answers that you are looking for. Because when you put the work on yourself, that's when your mind, your mind clears up and the answers come in. You're able to think better and find solutions. When you go mask that pain, you ain't finding nothing but more pain. That's why I say you dig yourself deeper in a hole. So I'm here to tell you, like, shit, I'm not always 100. Just because I post every day, it's just, I go through shit too. There's things happening, that most people, they were already like stop and broke down. Broke down and stop on their goals, stop living. Because that's what they do. They stop living their life. And they stop on something that's out of their control. Something that you can't really do nothing about it. So now it's like two wrongs don't make a right. So you're doing exactly what that other person, did to get themselves there. And you're not learning from it. You're actually doing the same shit. And that's what people don't get. Is you got to stop and see what you're doing. You're being affected by it. And not only you're affecting everybody else. Because they're like, damn, this guy was doing so good. And all of a sudden he cracked, he broke. So I don't stand a chance. Because I thought he was it, man. I thought he was strong. I thought he was, going and on the right path and showing us the way. But he buckled. And that's what we got to remember. That's what we got to keep strong. And like I said, there's things that, you can't do nothing about and you ain't going to change. So you got to keep on pushing. We're all struggling. We're all dealing with certain situations that, it's just impossible for us to just even think that we're going to fix or think that it's, that it's controllable. Most of it is not controllable. And what you're doing is you're punishing yourself by, inflicting pain, self-inflicting pain on yourself by doing all this other bullshit that's not going to benefit you and that has no purpose for what you're trying to do or what your goals are, so you're regressing, not progressing. Wake up and realize that.